drink your solids and chew your juices. Have you ever heard anybody say that? I hope so. It's one of my rules on a solid food vacation. If you watch my 2-hour seminar that I gave here in Houston, link down below, it's the first of my 3-step process, you see that this is one of our rules we have to obey when we're on a solid food vacation. But you know, this is a rule that applies whenever. We always want to drink our solids. Now what does that mean, drink our solids? Well, it means that our stomach doesn't have any teeth, so we better chew our food well to turn it into liquid. Remember, the first stages of digestion is to consume the food and turn it into liquid, so it can then go to the second stage where it is then absorbed by the small intestines and ultimately by the cells, which will then be able to assimilate it. And then finally, the elimination of that food. So the beginning of our digestive process begins with our eyes. As soon as we see something, that should start a watering of the throat. That gets it all going. So digestion really begins in our mouth after the eyes. So that's where we got to really chew and chew and chew. And this is where we want to drink our liquids. When we swallow, we want to be drinking liquid so that the stomach can finish making sure it's all liquid and add more digestive juices to it. Send it to the small intestines where it goes through the first step of absorption. It goes into the cells take it to the blood takes it to the cells. That's the second stage of absorption, where the cells then absorb it into the cells. So just because things are in our blood tests don't mean nothing. You got to look at the cell. What's getting inside the cell? Is the cell absorbing it? Or do they call that assimilation? Tricky part about this is the use of words. A lot of times, you know, there's more than one process in this digestive process. There's 3 main cycles, and a lot of people put different things in different cycles. For me, I put the mouth and stomach as the consumption stage, the small intestines, the blood, and the cells as the absorption stage, and then the colon, along with the kidneys and anything else, as part of the elimination phase. Of course, the kidneys are mainly filtering the blood and the lymph, which is the result of the food going into the cells. But mainly it's going to be that last large intestine. So those are the 3 main cycles of food. So we want to drink our solids, make them liquid, so they can be absorbed into the body. But then when it comes to the juices and how that's relative to a solid food vacation, we want to chew our juices, just like we want to chew smoothies. So these are important mistakes that we need to be aware of. A lot of people make when they go to a raw vegan diet. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm doing all these smoothies, chug-a-lugging them. That's your problem. If you put 10 bananas in a smoothie, think how long it takes you to eat that banana. And when you ate it, how many times you would chew it while you'd be adding saliva to it, some digestive juices, to turn it into liquid. Hey, I got a machine to turn it into liquid, but it didn't add any digestive juices to it. So when you do a smoothie, you got to chew that smoothie. You got to, just like you chew your juices. So when you do a solid food vacation, you want to add some saliva to the juices you're consuming. And of course, that's going to let the stomach know, hey, we got some carrot and spinach juice coming, or we got a banana strawberry smoothie or whatever. So these are very simple guidelines we need to follow while we're on a solid food vacation and when we're on the hero's journey, eating love notes from God. That's the fruit, the plants, the trees, even the nuts and seeds. These are the things that we're designed to eat. And when it comes to the seeds, nature produces plenty, so we can still eat those also. Even when we're eating fruit, we can still eat some of those seeds because there's going to be plenty left over. As long as we honor our symbiotic relationship with the only food that wants us to eat it, life will be simple. But if we don't honor that symbiotic relationship, life gets real complicated and life becomes a nightmare. So we have to learn how to eat. We have to learn how to adapt when it comes to eating. Once again, make sure you drink your solids, chew your juices, and when you do that, your life is in for a treat.